Hey everyone, welcome back to Adobe Live here on Behance.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. We are pumped because it's the last stream, which means it's the best stream. I'm here with Becca Clason. Yes, beautiful lettering aficionado. We've been doing different descriptors every day. Stop motion entrepreneur and sugar addict, because look at this. It's candy. If you haven't been around for the last 2 days, on my screen I have the past streams of what we've been doing so you can kind of see what it is. We've been doing hand lettering with physical objects, right? How would you kind of describe what we've been doing in a nutshell, or what you've been doing?
Doing a lot of tactile lettering. I did a sketch and then created that sketch using candy, brought it to life, and then animated that by doing stop motion, moving it bit by bit, taking photos, and then importing it into After Effects to create a movie out of it, or a video.
Yeah, perfect. And if we hop over to my screen, maybe we can show just actually what that looked like. So we had this crazy rig over on the other side of the room with your hands, and there was an overlay previously that showed your actual vector art. And there you are perfecting it, and then you destroyed it.
Destroyed.
It was pretty
it's all
cathartic.
gone now.
Yes,
now we're back here.
Right here. So chat, who wants some candy?
All right.
Oh, Stefan threw in some Reese's Pieces right at the end, and I'm like, dang it, Stefan, you ruined it. It had integrity, and now it doesn't. So what are we going to be doing today?
Okay, so we're going to go back to After Effects and finalize color correction, timing, speed of the video, and do a little bit in Illustrator, import some Illustrator stuff into After Effects, and create some animated vector lettering.
Woohoo!
Combining the candy lettering with vector lettering.
Cool. So we have no idea what that vector lettering looks like yet.
Yeah,
I'm
I
excited
haven't
to
shown
see
you guys
it.
yet.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, speaking of that, speaking of surprises, so today the theme of the contest is based off of Becca's work. It's we want you, chat, to make some tactile, tangible lettering pieces. So we've seen people using lintels, we've seen people using icing, we've seen people using Tic Tacs. What are you going to use to form a word? Take a picture of it and send it over to us. If you do so in the next hour and a half, you could be the winner of a free year of Creative Cloud. Last stream, I was just amazed by all of the submissions. And we have some that didn't get shown last stream that we'll show during this stream, and then we'll show them probably every like 15 minutes. Keep things updated.
Sounds great.
Cool.
Should I jump into it?
Yeah, maybe you can go over what you started on yesterday in After Effects.
So, I'm gonna move some of these out of the way. I imported them just to make sure placement. I'm gonna import them again just to show you guys. But for now, I'm gonna stop the timeline right there. And, okay, I'll play it through. So, I shot this in reverse. So I created the lettering first. And you see just a little hint of that vector lettering coming in.
Wow.
I created it all first and then imported it and reversed the footage so that it looked like it was appearing.
Right, instead of doing the whole thing and then pulling them away and taking pictures.
I want to get things just how I want them instead of doing stop motion forwards, and then things don't always end up in the right spot or in the right speed, stuff like that. So my perfectionism, I do it backwards.
Yeah, that makes sense. You do what works for you.
Yep. Okay, so I have created some vector to complete the phrases here.
I'm excited.
Okay, so here I am in Illustrator. I have the word hard, so it will say play hard, and then I have the word nice, so play nice.
Oh, cool.
And then the word on, so then play on. So it'll say play will come in, and then hard will come in, so it will say play hard, hard will leave, nice will come on, so it says play hard, play nice, play on.
I love that.
So that's our thing.
Wow.
So what I've done here in Illustrator is I did these as a sketch first with my word play, just so I could make sure the placement of it was all correct. And I separated, the way I'm going to animate it is using alpha matte. So, so I have each stroke on a different layer. So the letter N isn't connected. They're all like 3 different layers, 3 different strokes, because that will help me animate it the best. So as you can see on my layers palette here, I have everything separated out. And if you're an Illustrator and you have everything on like the same layer, you can, to speed things up, click that little 3 line in the top right and say release to layers, and then it will separate everything out. Then it creates a sub layer, so you have to select those and pull them out onto your main layers timeline.
Gotcha.
So that way I can import them into After Effects and they'll all be on their own layer. So now I'm going to go into After Effects and Command I for import. Let's see, there's my hard drive, Adobe Live. Maybe my vector's on my desktop. Hang tight. Let's find, there it is. Okay. And then I'm going to import it as composition, retain layer sizes, so that it stays in the exact same spot within my 2000 by 2000, what's it called? Composition. And my video composition in After Effects is the same size.
Cool.
So I'll hit open and it pulls that in. I can drag it down to my timeline, double click in there, and I get all the layers as vectors.
Oh, I see.
So I am going, not all of them are visible. I'm going to make them all visible for now. And then I can, let's see, cut them out of there and paste them on my main timeline. So right here I have all those layers, and I'm gonna do, and right here I've already practiced with some of it, but so for these ones I'm gonna show you guys, just wanted to make sure it would work as I wanted it to. So let's pull my timeline out and start with the first H. So I've labeled the layers so that I recognize which part of the letter they are, so I don't get it all confused. So I have H1, H2, H3 for each stroke of the H. And let's see, I'm going to turn those on. Turn these ones off for now. Or maybe I'll just drag them out so that we can't see them yet. Okay.
Do you always use a trackpad?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So much clicking.
I like rarely use a mouse. I'm just so used to it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, and there are a few different ways to get this effect. What I like to do for this type of one is to add a alpha matte. So I'm gonna go up to layer, hit new shape, layer. So I'm gonna change the color of that layer just to set it apart a little bit more from my vector layers. And I'm gonna title it, come on. Doesn't wanna change.
Be nice. Thank you, After Effects.
Matte. Okay. So, let's zoom in here. I'm going to create a stroke that goes in the direction that I want this H to write on. So after I have the word play and the flourishes come in, I'm going to have the word hard write in. So I want it to mimic how I would write it by hand. So I'm going to have the stroke of the H come down like this, and the other stroke, and then the like flourishing cross come. So I'm going to start with the pen tool right here and bring it down. So I have 2 anchor points, and I want to make sure my stroke is thick enough that it will cover the whole layer that I have. Doesn't matter what color it is because it will be hidden in a minute anyway.
Right.
So my next step is I need to kind of toggle these two layers together. So this matte layer has to be connected to the hard H1 layer. So I'm gonna go over here and scroll down and click Alpha Matte. So now it's toggled to that matte layer, and I forgot I have to add trim paths to this matte layer. So I'm going to go into my matte layer, go over to this little add, drop down and click trim paths. So with those trim paths, I'm going to make sure that my marker is in the very beginning of that layer. I'm going to hit a keyframe on end, move a little forward, hit another keyframe on end, and then at the beginning I'm going to have the percentage be 0, so that now these keyframes will take that layer from 0 to 100. And I'm going to pull it out just a little bit longer, and then when I play it, you'll see that it writes on like that.
Oh.
So now I can just copy and paste that matte layer on all of them and just make sure that they're toggled to the right layer underneath. But that way I don't have to go in and add trim paths every time. I just need to adjust where my anchor points are and make sure they're covering the right stroke that they're going to be attached to.
Right. Very cool. I love seeing the magic behind these things that you see every day, pretty much.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to copy that matte layer, go down to my H2, which is the second stroke of my H, and paste it on top of that. And then I'm going to move these points over on the second layer and make sure that they're covering the top of that. Change the parent layer, I guess, to be with, connect these two instead, because when I paste this matte layer, it's not connected to the second stroke of the H. So I need to make sure that each one is paired up with the right stroke. So put on the alpha matte, and it already has trim paths on it. I can click U to show my whatever keyframes I have, and then it shows that I already have that selected. So now these will both come on at the same time. If I want to stagger it, I can just select both layers, scoot it over a little bit, and then one will come on and then the next one. Let's see. Oh, I'm not pushing the space bar. There we go.
Very nice. So fluid.
Yeah. And I'll play a little more with, like I can select those keyframes and do function F9 and create an ease so that they come in a little more like maybe start fast and end slowly.
Right.
And I'll do the same with this so that when I copy and paste, it will just keep the ease on there. I can go in and fine tune that ease by selecting both and clicking the graph editor. I can't ever remember the shortcut to get into graph editor. So
just one of those.
It's one I have to like look up every time. So if you know it, put it in the chat and remind me.
Yeah, let us know. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Okay, I'm going to ease those a little bit more so the more horizontal you see the line here in the graph editor, that means the slower it's going to go. So this means it's going to go a little bit slow at the beginning, faster in the middle, and then slow down a little bit more at the end. So if I dragged this keyframe out longer, you can see a little bit better that ease. Okay, so I'm just going to keep pasting these layers and connecting them to their strokes and moving them out so that they're staggered each time. So now I'm going to
shift function F3 for the graph editor.
Ah, thanks Austin.
Right? Yeah.
Austin's the one who taught me how to do this.
Oh, no way.
So
hey,
like
Austin.
Lettering animation master.
Very cool. Austin, if you see questions in chat and Becca is too like immersed in her work to answer, go ahead and answer them.
Oh, I don't want those to be connected. I'm just gonna write a new one.
Nice. So using this kind of pen tool in After Effects, it works pretty much like it would in Illustrator or Photoshop.
Yeah, definitely. You can pull out the Bezier handles there just the same way as in Photoshop. So you can just write your own paths for the motion. Okay, so there's my thing there, and I'm gonna connect those two layers together. So now this is what I have so far. And I kind of wish that the H flourish was coming in the other direction. So
right. Yeah, how would you change
swap those? So this, and maybe there's a quicker way, but this point that like has a bigger circle on it, that is like the beginning of your path.
I see, yeah.
So I'm gonna select that one and just bring it back over. Maybe I could just reverse it, click the reverse thing, but
right.
I'll just swap those. And I can't see exactly where my paths are now because when I connect the two layers, it hides my matte layer. So I'm gonna put no track matte now so that I can see where that path is. See, I was way off. The wrong direction.
Oh, that's so funny. Jessica said that she's literally doing a project right now where she has to do this exactly.
Awesome. And so is every shape on its own separate layer? Yes. And I put them on their own separate layers in Illustrator before I imported them into After Effects.
Oh, Nana Marie's in the house. How you doing? Good to have you here.
Nana Marie.
My mother-in-law.
Oh. Awesome.
Thanks for watching.
Gus Bot. Okay. Oops. Wrong thing. Okay, now there we go, and that happens really fast, so I am gonna drag that out a little bit longer and see how that looks. And kind of want that to come in a little faster. Oops.
Nice. So how long did it take you to get this timing kind of figured out innately? Like, did you have no idea what you were doing the first time? How do I make this look right?
I was following one of Austin's tutorials.
Oh, great.
Online, and it like took me all day to figure it out.
Right.
It becomes sort of muscle memory the more you do it, so I'm like trying to push myself to do this kind of thing more. Austin says you can reverse it by toggling down content shape path and then click the other arrow button to the right. I knew I could do that on like the normal trim paths ones without the alpha mats. But I guess I didn't realize you could do it for this one too. So thanks, Austin.
Yeah, thank you so much, Austin.
Okay. So let's keep going here on to the next letter. So this, like, it can take a lot of time if you're doing this for like every stroke. So I have this personal project I've been working on for a while that's all this kind of lettering. It's like the whole thing with like a lot of words, a lot of flourishes.
Oof.
And I was like really gung-ho about it, and then it started taking me forever because there were so many strokes.
Yes.
And so I had to do so many alpha mats. Like really there are probably like 300 layers in that file. So it's a little difficult to handle, but I'll finish it soon.
You're gonna be so proud of yourself when you do so.
Okay, so now let's go to the A. If any of you guys, well, someone mentioned they're doing something like this. Have any of you guys tried alpha mats before? This type of project through Austin's lettering animation course was my first time ever doing alpha mats. So I'm like sort of new to this motion graphics section of it, but I'm really interested in merging like stop motion with the motion graphics. And so I like really want to learn more.
Yeah. I think I have done something similar, but I didn't know that's what the technique was called. But I definitely like laid out a path, and that's how it kind of revealed the lettering as it went. Wani has done it, but in a more of a visual effects oriented way, or virtual effects. VFX. Visual effects? Virtual effects.
Visual effects.
Wani, you let us know. John said, "This is my life." John knows all about it.
Awesome. Okay, so far it's looking like, oh, so that the A seems to come in a little too late. I should probably have that overlapping with the H as it comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So let's pull that up a little and see how that looks. Maybe a little back. Wow. And I'll probably fine-tune the timing of it all after I get all of the layers in that I need.
Right. Oh wow, Plus Designs spends 8 hours a day on After Effects.
Wow. I feel like After Effects, I like to describe it as a galaxy.
Yeah.
And I know like a few planets on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like you could say that about a lot of Adobe products.
That's true.
So many different things you can do.
I'm a little newer to After Effects and I'm like blown away with all the capabilities. There are so many things that I don't know how to do that I wish to learn. So at some point, we will see.
We're getting some amazing submissions for the contest this week.
Awesome.
I have some open. Maybe while you're working on more of these strokes, I can go through them really quick for the chat. This is by Christy Stevens. It is Create featuring Legos. Really nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, these are cooler Legos than I remember having.
Yeah. Is that a dinosaur tail? I don't know.
Yeah. I love that. There's like the ocean, a garden, construction zone with a monkey, Batman. Nice job, Christy. I love all of the little scenes that you made. We've got Spicy by Pablo. Looks like maybe use some chili pepper
Nice.
flakes.
Don't touch your eyes.
Right? Oh my gosh. I wonder, I think Ari was okay after yesterday. This is Eleanor. Chaos, also with Legos. It seems like a popular
thing.
Yeah.
Who's gonna build some Lego lettering that is actually stacked on top of each other? 3D
Yep.
Legos.
Who's gonna make it happen,
I want that
chat?
from someone.
You have an hour to do it, chat. Hour and 10 minutes. You can do this. I really love this one by Chris. It says, oops.
Oh, nice. I like how it's like from a different angle. Or it shows that version.
So he has
from
the
different
positive and then the negative cut out too, which is really cool, Chris. 2 different options.
Nice.
This is going to be impossible to choose a winner. Yuri won earlier today. She did Be Happy.
Paper?
She has a kind of a set. Be happy, make art. It's not crap. Yep. You got it, Yuri. So congratulations on winning earlier today. You are always submitting projects, and we really appreciate your work. This is by Soren. Says, thank you for the challenge. It was the first time for me to approach this kind of lettering, and I had a blast. I know the light sucks, but it's 1 a.m. in Bucharest. Tomorrow I'll shoot in the daylight. Thank you for helping with my photos.
Let's see the whole thing. Oh,
Rise and
Oh,
shine.
that's fun.
This is awesome,
Fun
Soren.
little copy. Yeah, you like styled it all.
Totally.
Awesome.
Very lifestyle shoots.
For one project, I had to create lettering out of rice, like white rice, sushi rice, and it was extremely sticky. Sushi rice,
Oh, was it cooked?
so I couldn't get it to like, it was
Okay,
cooked.
yeah.
Couldn't get it to separate from like other ones, so it would all just like stick to my fingers,
Ugh.
stick to each other.
Yeah,
It was a little
totally.
tough.
Man, those struggles. Let's see, I think this says grow, which is really cool. It's made out of actual vines from a plant.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to read, but it's a really cool idea.
Yeah, I agree. This one I think might be one of my favorites by Ryan. This one's a zombies.
Oh,
Nerds.
nice. We got some nerds in this.
I
in this
know,
bowl.
right? Where'd you get those nerds, Ryan? Did you come into the studio?
Did you steal our
Yeah,
nerds?
zombie nerds. Nice job. And we've got Laundry Day by Jose. Really nice gradient of
Oh,
colors.
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
And large scale. Did you like
Right.
climb up to a balcony and
Right.
take a picture?
Yeah, let us know,
that
Jose.
gradient's awesome.
Really, really cool. And you had just the perfect amount of clothing, it seems, for this.
The perfect colors.
Yeah, Jose. Oh, you also showed the sketches. Really, really awesome.
Oh, of
Different
the
angles.
laundry one?
Yeah. The sketches up here.
That one's fun.
Nice job, Jose. All the different little flourishes.
Jose, are you wearing pink socks? Are these your socks, Jose?
Let us know. Socks are a great way to express yourself, like secret expression. or public. I mean, you can wear very loud socks. Nice job, everyone. We'll keep showing these as they are sent in. We've got about an hour left until the deadline. I'm excited to see who wins. Jose said it was taken from the second floor. Gotcha.
Makes sense.
He stole his wife's socks. Don't tell. She's gonna think that the dryer ate them.
We're gonna tell her, Jose.
We're telling her. Yeah, Munir, they are all so awesome.
Okay, everything has an alpha mat. Let's see. Okay, so now everything's going, but I feel like I need to work on the timing a little bit. And I also don't want to bring in the word hard until the word play comes in all the way. So I'm going to scoot that back in the timeline a little bit.
Wow.
I feel like the end of my, yeah, the little flourish is coming in. That goes pretty slowly, so I'm going to bump that up in the timeline as well. Just snack on some
I'm like,
stuff.
should I? Should I not?
Do it.
Only the red runts. That's all I will eat.
Okay, so I'm going to move this keyframe up so that it speeds up the flourish part of it. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to hide first all of my keyframes because those are messing me up a little bit. Okay, nope, they're still there.
Wani's like, you did all of that work while you were distracted by the entries? Yes, she's magical. Later, Matthias. See you soon. Thanks for coming by.
Okay, so it's pre-rendering, a little bit slow. And now, okay, so now you can see all of my vector lettering overlapping on itself, so I need to make sure that I make hard disappear before I bring in the next word.
Oh, how are you going to make it disappear? I'm wondering.
So I'm going to just do the same thing I did to make it appear, but I'm going to have them all disappear at the same time. So they won't be staggered.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to reverse the copy and reverse the keyframes so that it will go backwards. Let's see. At what point should I bring in the word hard? I think I'm going to start it maybe right here. So I'm going to select all the hard layers and scoot them back to right here. Let's see, they end right here. So I'm gonna scoot these other layers back as well, and we'll probably need to lengthen out my timeline so that I can fit everything.
Right, which is easy, just as easy as doing that.
Yep. There's a shortcut for that.
There's a shortcut for all the things.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome, Jessica. You just showed and explained Becca's process for this work to your coworker, and his mind was blown. He was fascinated, quote unquote.
Okay, so I'm going to copy this keyframe and paste it. Let's see, maybe. Well, I gotta wait until the whole word comes on before I make everything disappear. So actually, first I need to make sure that my timing is right so that I'm not gonna have to mess with the timeline more times.
Agreed. And Laura, that's actually a great point. You could work with pre-comps, which is basically like a little project in and of itself. So then you can just move things around easier in the final comp.
I've tried using pre-comps before and I just wasn't in love with it. I just prefer working this way.
Yeah, this way you can kind of feel how everything's gonna work all together.
Okay, so let's see. I always have to look at my videos several times to determine okay, what's moving too fast, what's too slow. So the A and Y come in a little faster than the rest, so I think I'm gonna work on some time remapping right there.
Cool. And so what do you mean by time remapping?
So if you have like a stream of photos or a video clip or whatever, you can right click, go to time, enable time remapping, and that allows you to put certain keyframes at different points in the clip. And if you stretch, shrink, or lengthen them, it will, if you lengthen them, it'll make that part of the clip go slower or like drawn out to fit that length of the clip.
I see.
And if you shrink it, it'll make that part go faster. So your keyframe kind of holds the start and finish points that you're wanting to move.
Right.
And it'll adjust as you move them.
I see. It all makes sense.
So let's see, did I move it yet? No, just added a keyframe. Okay. So I want to, just do it maybe till the downstroke of the Y. And I'm gonna spread that part out a little bit. My After Effects working means a lot of watching and rewatching and adjusting and rewatching.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of either video producers or editors can really connect with that. Watching your own stuff over and over again. Animators.
Okay. I kind of want the tail of the Y. I mean, we had to shoot this really quickly yesterday, so ideally I would have made sure all of the increments of candy that I was moving away were like the exact same, so that the whole thing was, you know, going at the same speed.
Right.
Or making like the downstrokes go a little more fast, meaning take away larger increments at a time, and then the upstrokes maybe would be smaller increments, so those would look like I'm just like in real life I'm creating an ease. I can also create that ease in After Effects.
Gotcha. It's really cool. I never really thought about, like, if you are handwriting, which strokes are faster and slower. It's the little things you learn that make things a little more realistic. Yeah, Stefan says he definitely understands the make the small changes, let it render, watch it again, and repeat.
Repeat. I think I'm getting play how I want it, and then I'll have to move the vector lettering. I'm also gonna change the color of the vector lettering.
Ooh.
Let's see. Yeah, I think play is going at about the speed that I want it. So let's make sure that hard comes in at the right time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move it back to right here. So the first 2 days of this were like more fun and games, moving candy around,
Right.
taking pictures, and now it's like more technical.
Totally.
Especially when I add in like the vectorized lettering.
Do you have a favorite part of the process?
Seeing the end video.
Of course, yeah. Makes sense. Wani's like, yes, it's marvelous. So much work. Stefan's wondering if you've ever bumped the table and had to fix it in post. Right, you said you mask things sometimes.
Yeah, now and then. Like there was actually one that I noticed like just last night that I was working on or like getting ready to post, and I noticed that I hadn't noticed previously after watching it for several times that like one little part kind of like bumped and like moved out of the line of its letter. And so I used the MP4 that had already been rendered, and I duplicated the layer, masked out just that area and keyframed the like sections that were right, and just let those sit over the top of the part that got bumped. And so it's like feathered that mask, and then you can't even tell.
Boom, there you go. Is that thing live yet that you're talking about? Or is it a secret?
Yeah, I just posted it today.
Ooh, go check out Instagram.
Yep.
Becca Clason on Instagram.
Let's see. Okay. I'm going to have the flourish on the H come in a little sooner. Let's bump that up. Bump it up. And bump the rest of these up to match.
And while you're working on that, we can hop over to my screen and check out what you posted earlier today on your Instagram.
This was for Special K Kellogg's.
All right, chat, can you see where she messed up?
Well, you can't see because I covered it with a mask.
Can someone tell? Someone with an eagle eye? No? She's that good.
So it was right here on the top of the H, like right under that fig that you see at the end. There was one little blueberry that just rolled out of bloop line of the H. So
Well, you really can't tell. Wow. Figs and blueberries in Special K. That sounds amazing. Never even tried it.
Some of my letters feel like a little jumpy on this word hard. So, let's see. I think I'm gonna move the A back a little bit. Often it feels less jumpy if I overlap things a little more. Let's see, there's my A. Let's move that back one. Sometimes even moving something one frame can like help so much.
True.
Okay, for now, I'll leave that as it is, and now make the word hard disappear before I bring in the next word. So I'll let the word sit there for, let's see, how long is this? I don't know, maybe this long. Okay, so now, maybe this long. So now I'm gonna copy this keyframe, paste it right here. So now that's at 100% opacity. That keyframe means 100% for the trim path. And now I'm going to copy the 0% keyframe of the trim path and paste that. And I'm going to have it exit or disappear like more quickly than it animated on. And I'm going to have each layer disappear at the same time rather than be staggered.
Right.
So now there's a lot of copying and pasting going on.
There you go. While you're copying and pasting, we have two other submissions we can show. This is by Gabriel, and this is Fuel for Work, which I'm guessing is coffee grounds.
Is it? I was like, is that Oreos?
It could be so many things. I thought it was dirt at
Ground
first, and I was
Oreos?
like, eating dirt, all right.
Eating dirt with a spoon.
Right.
Nice. I like seeing the side shot so you can see the depth of it. That's fun.
Yeah, nice job, Gabriel. Definitely fuel for work. I agree. And we've got this, which was submitted during Stefan's stream, and it's actually by another Stefan, which is funny. So let's watch. Made out of Tic Tacs.
Stop motion video.
Ooh, extra points.
I like the little wiggle on
Boop, boop, boop.
the eye.
So I think it says tick.
That's fun.
Not enough tack. Yeah, that's what the MP4 is titled.
Not enough tack.
Nice job, Stefan. Thank you for being patient.
That's really cool.
Waiting for us to show your project. What was the name of the host during Stefan? That was Ari, and I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name.
It's Greek.
Yes, starts with an R. Ends with Ukas. Dukas, I think. Gabriel says, yeah, it was coffee. Nice. Are you a coffee drinker?
I don't drink coffee, actually.
Ooh. Is there a story? Just don't like it?
No, it's more for religious reasons.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense. Got more submissions coming in. Get those open.
Oops. That paste did not work.
So you're just copy and pasting keyframes, right?
Copying and pasting keyframes, yep.
Cool. Yeah, Stefan, no worries. Thank you for making an awesome project.
Why is this one is not working? Okay, let's try this again. Copy, paste, there we go. Okay, one more on this one, and then I can show you how hard disappears.
Woohoo! All the hard work to get hard gone.
Okay.
Oh, it went so quick.
I know, and now my other one starts coming in a little too fast. So I'm going to let it be a blank screen for just a split second and before I bring in the letter N.
I really liked
those.
I liked how you animated. Nice. I know we weren't really supposed to see it, but it was like not just left to right.
I think it was.
Oh, really? Maybe when it disappears, it kind of, I don't know, it seemed like it almost exploded.
Guess I need to change how I'm animating this. Oh, let's start a little more at the beginning.
Ooh,
oh yeah,
the
it's
shivers.
Kinda, like the way it goes away, it's
yeah.
kind of like, since they all leave at the same time, everything's going out.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I see.
So now, I mean, I have on leaving as well. I could end the video. What do you guys think? Let me know. I could end the video like this. I could let it hold like this, or I could take on away and reverse this footage again so that play leaves, so that it kind of is more of a loop. It starts and ends on a white frame. That's an option.
Do you usually do something? Do you usually have a template that you use?
No, I mean, I feel like I do everything like some things loop a little better, some things like hold on the final scene.
Right.
It just depends. Some things lend themselves a little more to looping.
Right. Everyone's saying loop.
Loop.
Forever loop.
Loop would work nice for IG. It's true.
It's true. It's true.
Okay. Let's loop it.
They're going to be like, how'd you make that boomerang? And you're like, no, I literally did this. Oh, Kevin, that's a great question. Wondering if you have any advice for a young designer or lettering artist student. What would you think they need to know?
Let's see. I think you should make time to do the kind of personal work that you want to do, or make time in your personal time to create the work that you want to do for clients or for your job. Because if you have that kind of thing in your portfolio, then you're way more likely to get hired for that.
True.
I think you need to actually carve out time for that, because otherwise it's not going to get done. And so, like Stefan is preaching, create something every day.
Every day.
Something else. He asked for 3 things.
Must be 3.
3 things, 3 pieces of advice. You're getting so specific, Kevin.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Maybe advice for actually getting the work. Like you said, you have to have the work in your portfolio that you want to do.
And you have to post it. I think posting online regularly is huge. Like whether it's your Behance page or your Instagram or your other portfolio site or Pinterest or whatever it is. Post regularly, get your work out there. Don't be scared if it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Just put it out there, and if it's good and if you like continue to improve, then it will get noticed and people will see it. And I think that way you also get more familiar with what it is you actually want to be doing. If you create more, you'll, I guess, figure it out like a little faster, I think. Let's see, 3rd piece of advice.
It's got to be the best one.
Got to be save the best for last.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't have like a sniffle until I got on this video.
Right, of course. It's probably like that hot chili pepper aroma stink that's still around.
Let me think. I'll
Yeah.
continue to think.
Work
I'll
on
get
it.
back to you. Kevin, I think it was Kevin.
Yep.
I'd love to have a lettering club up here in Portland, like Salt Lake Lettering Club. Start it yourself, Tim. That's what I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Now Danielle Cheney runs it. I don't run it anymore, and she's doing an awesome job. But I wanted something like that to exist. Riley Cran had created something similar in Vancouver, and let's see, I'm like trying to work at the same time.
No, it's okay. Do your thing.
And so I just messaged people that I wanted to like get to know better, or people that I already knew, who like Jill, and said, hey, I'm gonna start this like monthly meetup. You should come to it. And I had like a different theme like each month, and people started coming. There were 4 of us at the first one. That was like August of 2015, I think. And then more and more people started coming. I started an Instagram page for it, and it's still going strong. So if you see a need or want something, just create it yourself. Like there are no rules.
Right.
No one's like gonna give you permission. You don't need someone's permission.
Yeah, right.
You can just do it yourself.
That's how anything gets done, is someone decides it needs to. And that could be you.
I'm gonna move these going away keyframes closer together. Let's see, because I want this to go off the screen a lot more quickly. Where are we at here? Let's see. Okay, so which point do I want it to start coming off? Probably there. Okay, so I'll have to move up my disappearance of the word on a little bit so that it will all happen at the same time. So I'm gonna move that up a little bit too. I might be making those wacky keyframes, but we'll see when I play it how it looks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end my timeline, bring it up by doing the shortcut N. And now I need to look at all of my keyframes here by clicking U. So I'm just going to, let's see, make these come in a little sooner and all on the same time frame. When are you gonna invite Shauna to come be a guest?
Ooh, that's a great idea, Adam. Definitely. Kat was saying that when are you gonna do live lettering broadcasts?
Oh, I don't know.
Getting inspired from this week. You've got it all under your belt already.
Seems like such a commitment.
Could be. You've done it on Instagram before, right?
I've done one Instagram live.
Okay. And it was like it went pretty well?
It went well.
Yeah?
I just haven't done another one, but I'm open to it
Okay.
at some point. If the timing is right.
Right. I think it's really fun to stream with multiple people, like maybe other
Have you done
lettering
it?
friends. Yeah.
Oh.
Like multi-streams, or even like this, like having someone that's more of a moderator and someone who's designing. Chuck's gonna go play bingo. Have fun, Chuck.
See ya, Chuck.
Do some lettering with those bingo. What are they called? Dots?
The pieces?
Piece? There's a name. What is it?
Is there?
Chat, help.
Okay, what do you guys think? I feel like hard is maybe coming in a little too slow. Maybe my vector letters should be coming in more quickly.
Okay.
Any thoughts? What's your feedback, people?
Yeah. I mean, we'll let chat answer, but I have thoughts.
What are your thoughts?
Ashley says they're called dabbers. Dabbers? Ooh.
How much more time do we have?
We have about an hour left of the stream, but only 40 minutes until you need to get your contest entries in. And today it's so important that you get those in because today's the last day of the lettering week. So after that,
It's almost over.
we got nothing. Well, until next week, Tuesday through Thursday, 9 to 5 p.m. XD week. So awesome.
XD week.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, so I want to change the color of my letters here. I'm just going to do a little screenshot so that I can sample a color in Illustrator. And because these are Illustrator files on my letter layers, I'm going to go back into that same file, and I should be able to change them here and then save, and it will automatically update those colors.
Keep those files linked.
Which is awesome. Okay, so, oops. I'm gonna import, replace, oops, not print. Okay, I'll just go to my Finder.
Where are you at?
Where's my screenshot? There we go. Oh, that reminds me I haven't done any color correcting yet.
Ah, more things to do.
So I'm gonna select all of those layers. And what color should we make these letters? Let's see, maybe blue?
The blue was the first thing that came to mind for me.
Blue might be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe that blue.
Because we had a hard time finding enough blue candies. It's like a nice accent color.
That's true. Okay, we'll see how that looks. I'll keep my screenshot handy. Okay, now I'll save that. Is it gonna update? There it is.
Thanks, Adobe.
Okay. Let's see. I might want something a little bit darker, but let's see how it looks.
What do you think?
Blue. What do you think, people?
Yeah, chat. I think it looks nice, but I also think that other options would look nice too.
Let's try some others. Let's see.
Cool.
I'll try maybe a purple.
Nice.
Okay, it's already updated. Let's play through it.
It definitely has a different vibe, but it's not a bad vibe.
I kind of like the purple. Generally, as a rule of thumb, I stay away from purple.
Why is this?
No, I just feel like nobody likes purple as much. Do you guys like purple? What do you think? In general, not necessarily for my letters, but in general, do people like purple?
I think maybe there's one in here. My favorite color is like a really, almost like grayish purple. But that's not really what this is. It has its time and its place.
I kind of like the purple on this one, though.
Yeah, purple is the color of the year, ultraviolet. So
that's true. I'm gonna try a red just to see how it looks, to see which one I like better.
Do you think yellow would be too light?
I think so. I think it wouldn't. I think it needs to be something dark.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna zoom out actually. Maybe this red.
That could be cool.
Let's try it. Okay. Save.
This is fun. I like it. It's like instant gratification.
Maybe with a light shadow. I don't know. I don't know if I want to add a shadow.
Too much work.
I just feel like it will look fake because I have shadows on here that are real shadows, and then if I add a digital shadow, it just won't match, and then it will like look a little off.
I like that.
I think I like the red the best.
Yeah, it has like a classic, almost like sign painting hue to it.
I think I'm gonna have the word on leave a little bit sooner. Let's see, so many layers in here now. Okay.
True.
I'll just bump them up like that. Actually, I don't think there's a way for me to select all of these at once because then it'll move the whole layer. And I don't want to do that.
Maybe chat has a piece of magic.
Do you have any magic for me, chat? Okay, well, that wasn't too many.
Not too bad.
I feel like my R is coming in like looking a little janky, so
Oh.
gotta make it a little more smooth. Oh yeah, I think I can select multiple keyframes at a time.
But how, chat?
Well, I mean, I can just hit shift
Oh, true.
and do it like that, but oh well. Okay. You know what, I'm gonna take a break from the timing and add some color corrections.
Ooh.
Often I'm just like hopping around like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh yeah, I need to do that. And I interrupt myself and my what I'm working on all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna add in an adjustment layer, and let's add some. First, I will add a levels thing. Bring up the white balance there.
Nice.
And I guess let's see. I'm gonna do also some color balance, and then I'm gonna want maybe brightness contrast and hue saturation. So let's bump up the saturation a little bit.
Yeah, it is candy. Come on.
Gotta make the candy bright.
Like a cat making kneading.
Yeah.
This is really gross.
Yeah. We've like all touched
I
that.
know, and I'm
we're
still
still
eating
eating
it.
out of it. I don't know.
What's wrong with me? It's Friday. Nope, it's Thursday.
It's not Friday. Not Friday, Kathleen. Okay.
Help.
So now let's turn off my adjustment layer just to compare. So it's looking a little brighter. Maybe kind of want the white a little brighter, even though it's already on the histogram looking like it's to the white. But I'm just gonna try bumping it up a little bit more. Bumping up the saturation a little bit more.
I like that.
And it's always Friday for Kathleen.
It's always Friday somewhere
Right.
in my mind.
I
I mean, it's the last day of the stream, so it's Friday.
Friday for you.
It's Stream Friday. Ooh, yes, Adobe Live Team. You've got that right. We are going to announce a random giveaway here soon. Today, we are going to be giving away 3 amazing posters that were created here live in the Adobe Live studio. We've got Rapzilla's Mr. T, Jingwei's Pool Party, and Christine Heron's Travel Tags. They're really pretty. Maybe they'll pop up behind us so we can all show them off. Adobe magic, everyone. I just say something and it happens.
Magic.
Yeah, Mr. T, Pool Party, Travel Tags, they're all created here live by amazing designers and artists. And all you have to do, chat, to win these 3 posters, all 3 of them, you don't have to pick one, you get all 3, is be active in chat. So if you haven't said anything yet, this is your last chance for the week to win. Make sure you're logged in on be.net/live. Log in with your Adobe ID or your Behance login and say something in chat. Yes, be active in chat now. You got it, John. So maybe share. What should they share?
What should they share?
Yeah, or like we can ask them a question and that'll make them be active.
Tell us how old you are.
Oh, and you don't have to lie because there's no judgment here.
We can't see your face.
Yeah, totally. Alexander always win the posters and they're more beautiful in real life.
He always wins.
Yeah, he's got like 16 sets of them. Hooray, it's nice to have such a diverse age group in the community. I love that. I think that's important.
Everyone's telling us.
I know. I didn't think they would. That's a bold question. Happy early birthday, Leonie.
Okay. Now I need to fine tune these words. Where are they? Okay.
Justina is 29 forever.
Good call.
Good call, good call. We got young Tim over here.
20.
Yeah, a lot of students in chat, a lot of professionals, retirees. Love to see it. So we have the winner. Dun da da da. Adobe Live team, thank you very much. And our winner is, drumroll, Foley, ASMR.
Throw candy.
The winner is Wilson Combs. Congratulations, Wilson.
Yay, Wilson.
You are the winner of these 3 beautiful posters that are lurking above our heads.
Lurking.
Adobe Live team will be in touch with you on your Behance messages, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. We'll get those shipped over to you ASAP. So that's the last giveaway for the week. Chat, anybody in there won the giveaway? I know Alexander has. Anyone else? I've never won.
Alexander apparently wins a lot.
He's a lucky guy. Jackson says, that was rigged. I don't think so. It's Adobe Magic.
Random number selection. Name selection.
Oh, Wilson, you're in chat. Awesome. Congratulations, my friend. It's also probably a good time to check out some of these contest submissions. There's officially 30 minutes left to get your contest submission in, and since it is the last day, it is the last chance to win a free year of Creative Cloud. Today's contest is to create, ooh, look at that green screen.
Ooh.
Check it. Is to create tactile and physical lettering out of something in the real world. So Justina did Friday.
It's like Dominique Falla-esque.
Ooh. Really, really nice.
Like
and I love the colors. It's already Friday in Belgium. See? That's why I said it was Friday.
Yeah.
I really love this. I haven't seen anything like this submitted yet either. So good job. We have this from Natalia T Particles. Wow,
Nice.
really?
Jackson wants to know how we win that bowl of candy.
You really want to know?
You really want. We've all touched this, Jackson.
Yes.
I don't know if you want it.
I mean, look. Do you still want it? We've got Meredith Piazza's yarn, which is so cute. I believe she actually just knitted this for this project.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The things that she used: PS Express, Apple iPhone, yarn, crochet hook. Super awesome, Meredith.
That's cool.
I love the colors too. Even of your crochet hook goes well with it. This is apple, and it didn't turn brown, so you must have done this really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job.
Or used fruit fresh.
Or use that, or lemon
Little
juice.
trick.
This is by Antonio. Create Everywhere. Love it. I love this pencil. All shaved down. Got the shavings over here. Really, really nice.
That's cool.
Love the little bits of yellow still in the shavings. Nice. The end.
Someone did it.
These are good colors too.
Thanks for building
Your dream.
stand-up Lego letters.
Nice job. This is by Calliope Metpo. O is metro in Russian. Made from my transportation tickets I've bought over the last 5 months for the Adobe Live Dimensional Lettering Challenge. So these are actually like
the
train
actual
tickets
cards.
or subway tickets. Yeah.
Do you have one more? I feel like the middle of the M needs like
Ooh.
something coming down.
Right here. Calliope was probably like, this is all I got. Gotta make it work. Nice job, Kathy. I really love this one. It says all white. And I believe
Oh, pretty. What's it made out of?
it looks like poppers. Tissue paper from Christmas gifts. So you crumbled it up.
Cool.
Kathy had her family help her crumble the paper because she realized how long it would take and she would never finish on time.
They helped you for this project?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love that, Kathy. Great job. And thank you, Kathy's family. Thank you, the Lamb Burrells.
Thanks, Kathy's family.
This is by Tam Keen. This is made out of, it looks
Little
like
beads.
beads. Yeah. Bold. Funky. Oh, and this was your first submission of the day. Nice. I really like funky. I'm guessing that was your submission for maybe Stefan's stream.
I really like the one on the black background because that stands out the most. I like the letter forms of funky better, but I like the contrast and of bold better.
Right. I love this little leaf charm, adding that little tail on O. This is really dainty and cute. This is Joy, made out of, it looks like little stickers or confetti.
Yeah, I think it's the little, maybe confetti. I don't know.
I love how it's different sizes. Like, that's really nice attention to detail.
Yeah, nice job on the stroke width.
Nice job on that
Variable.
And we've already seen that. So nice job, everyone. We'll keep looking at them as they are submitted, but this decision is already very difficult, I'm guessing. Ramon, which day of the event is it? It is the last day. Today is the last day. This is the last stream of the event. Becca's closing us out for the week.
Closing us out.
But make sure you come back next week, Tuesday through Thursday, if you'd like to learn about XD. Experience Design, Adobe XD, which is a relatively new public app that makes XD design, or XD, super easy and intuitive.
Do you host every week?
Not every week, but I will be back in 2 weeks. Be on the lookout for that. Yeah, Laura, I agree. The submissions are awesome.
They are. Are you guys having fun with this challenge?
Ooh, that's a good question. It is the only challenge that's based off of your work, so I hope they're having fun. I would. What happened to Rufus? I believe Rufus is in Germany?
In Germany.
Yeah, hosting his own live streams.
He's probably in bed. I don't
True.
know. What time is it there?
Probably, actually, yeah, Tim, what time is it? You're in Germany too, right? Fill us in. But yeah, he's probably asleep.
$12 or 1?
Gotcha. Potentially. Potentially asleep. 1 a.m.
Thanks, Austin.
Austin, thanks so much for being helpful.
Thanks
nice
for
to meet
teaching
you.
me.
Yes, great teacher from what I've heard. Everyone go check out Austin's tutorials. If you have any more questions for Becca, we've got her for another 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm just fine-tuning my vector lettering here, so it's can be slow going.
This is the exciting part. And since it is the last stream of the last day, I like to hear what everyone learned over this week, or maybe they learned a shortcut, like in an app, learned a technique, learned something about themselves as an artist. I know a lot of you really tried your hand at lettering for the first time, so maybe you learned something about that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Maybe I want this to leave one frame before. I forgot, we need to add some sound in here too.
Oh.
I think I have some
Really?
like music things I've used for past projects that I can pop in here.
Awesome.
Okay. Load. There we go.
Shelly, you're just waiting for your project to be coming up? What do you mean?
Did we miss any?
I don't think so, but let us know, Shelly. Maria got really inspired with all the submissions. Wasn't going to participate, but everyone's stuff really got me in the mood to send something. So thanks, everyone. That's what I like to hear, Maria. Wendy says, I learned that I would like to experiment with lettering more. And Kevin says, let the candy dance. Does that mean just throw it in the air?
Nice. It's still coming in a little slow. Let's speed it up. Speed, speed.
Boom, boom, boom. Guillermo says practice, practice, practice is what he learned.
Yep. And I feel like even though I am a professional lettering artist, I've worked with like a lot of big clients, I still have a lot to learn with like After Effects or this type of like motion graphics type of stuff that I want to incorporate in. So it's like just because I'm working as a full-time freelancer doesn't mean I know everything. It still means I want to learn and push myself and grow. So I mean, always be learning and trying new things. I guess that's my last tip for, who was it?
Kevin.
Kevin? Are you still there, Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin Schneider's right there.
My third piece of advice is to don't think you know everything.
Ooh,
keep doing workshops and tutorials and practicing and learning new things, experimenting with new mediums and techniques. Then you'll really find what you love. And if you find what you love, that might change at some point. So
true.
You might evolve into something else.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Just always keep learning and experimenting.
Totally agree. Meredith says, I learned so much this week. Spent all day yesterday working on my submission, but didn't make the deadline. Oh no, Meredith, I'm sorry. But she's super proud of it though.
Post it on Instagram and tag me.
Yes, do it, Meredith. And Meredith, you did the yarn submission for today, and I think it's really strong. I'm actually looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It's a great
really
job.
Cool. I love the colors of it. It's really good. Like it has a really nice contrast.
Yep.
And yeah, I love the bright yellow. It's really fun.
Right. Definitely. Not to mention you seem to be a great crocheter.
Yeah, I have no idea how to crochet.
Me neither. Me neither, my friend.
I feel like the color choice is like a big part of my type of work.
Yeah.
The choice of the background color and the choice of the materials that I use, because it can make or break it. If I choose a material that doesn't pop or stand out from the background, it's like a waste because you can't read it very well, or it doesn't look as visually interesting.
Ooh, look at that. Shelly says, what I'm trying to figure out is how to market myself. Her skill set is unique in that she uses Illustrator to create watercolor art.
That's cool. Like brushes in Illustrator? Or how do you do that in Illustrator?
Yeah, tell us about it. Yeah, Kathy, you can totally relate to how much time a project would take because you had your family help you crumple up all that tissue paper.
Let's, maybe we'll try to add some music here and make it more playful and fun.
Yay!
Let's see.
Do you have a special way that you like to find music tracks?
I usually use Premium Beat and license music from there. So I have a few songs I think that are on my computer that I've licensed for other things that I'll just pull in just for the fun of it. It's not for a licensed project, I guess.
For educational purposes.
But how do I find them? I don't think I have them in a specific folder. Would they be, what's the file ending name for music tracks?
Could be MP4.
I don't think it's MP4.
WAV.
Yes.
Aha.
Okay.
Knew it. Daniel, that's a great story. His mom has a fun lettering story. She made a sign that said, "The time is now," so she didn't have to change it when she went to hippie protests. It worked for every cause. True, the time is now. It's a great call to action.
What advice would you have for getting over artist block? For me, it's just force yourself to create.
Yeah.
Even though you're not feeling it, because if you start creating, then you'll kind of get that momentum back a little bit and you'll continue to want to create. In some talks that I've given, I talk about Newton's first law, I think it is, that an object in motion will stay in motion and an object at rest will stay at rest. And I think it's totally the same for creativity and like feeling that muse. If you're creating all the time, it's like a positive cycle where you want to continue to create, but if you take a big break or you're not like feeling it and you let yourself stop, it's like a lot harder to get back
Yeah,
going
it's like working
again.
out.
It's like working out, totally. Let's see, one is called Oh So Happy. Should we see what that sounds
I
like?
can just imagine what it sounds like. Yes.
Let's try it.
Probably sounds like-
I'll pull in the 31 second and the 16 just to
Perfect.
see. Sure.
Maybe. Probably want to keep the volume turned down pretty low on your computer just so it doesn't blow out the microphone. Oh, we might not be able to play it. Just because the HDMI is plugged in.
Oh,
So potentially,
potentially this won't work.
yeah,
That's okay.
that's okay.
Yep. I don't think it'll work.
That's all right.
Well, can't hear it. Well, maybe if I post this on Instagram or whatever later, I
Right.
can add a song to it.
Perfect. That shouldn't take too long. It's just kind of dropping a layer on top,
There.
right?
Yeah, and kind of fiddling with the like where it starts and ends or how it
Mhm.
fades out or whatever, just to make sure it fits nicely.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we still have some time. Let's see. Is there anything else I need to add to this or color correct or mask? I'm kind of bugged by how the flourishes come in more slowly than I want them to. I'm wondering if I have the flourishes and the little dots come in later,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll show you guys how I mask stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this, the photo sequence layer, and since I want to be masking all of the outside areas of the word, I'm gonna grab my pen tool here and just outline around. Oh, this might get a little tricky because I have a few of the dots inside letters. So I'm gonna have to
right.
trace around, try not to touch any of the shadows because I don't want that to affect the mask.
Right.
And I could be more precise by like pulling out the handles of this, but I'm just kind of going through quickly.
Cool.
Oops.
Is it easy to undo if you do a misclick?
Yeah, I mean, I can also like come back and click one of the anchor points and move it or add some Bezier handles there if I want to do that as well.
Awesome. Yep, Shelly, we got your submission. No worries. They keep coming in, and we will show them soon. Like Adobe Live Team said, there's only about 15 minutes left, a little less than that, to get your contest submissions in. Last contest of the last day of the stream, so make sure that if you're working on submission, it's got to be in before 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. Or else you're plumb out of luck, but you do have a nice portfolio piece.
Just so I don't have to try to mask the whole square, I'm going to do this as two different masks.
Kathy, that's funny. So you did the all white, all the tissue paper, and you said that you speak French and you're from Montreal, and so you think that you used the wrong word. I think, so you can call tissue paper like the tissue gift wrap. That's what you can call it, and we don't think that you're talking about toilet tissue. I think that's what she thought we thought.
Yeah, tissue paper isn't bath tissue.
No, tissue paper is the present stuff. The present stuffing. I remember yesterday when we were trying to read Spanish and it was Portuguese and we were like, are we dumb?
It's like, I know that says happy. Also, I just realized that I masked this a little bit wrong, so I'm going to move my pen tool. I was masking out just the dots, but I want the flourishes too, so I'm going to pull my anchor points in to get that whole area as well. Do, 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 do. Okay. Add some more anchor points. Oops. Oops. Okay.
Calliope, yep, I'll refresh your entry. No worries. Oh, she fixed it. She put an extra little ticket in the M.
Oh, good. I like that.
Nice job, Calliope.
Okay, now do one more mask here. Gets a little tricky when masking around shadows because you don't want any shadows to look cut off. Okay, so now I have masks that are covering all of the flourishes and the little dots there. I'm gonna go down and feather those masks out, even though I know they're all, like they all have like corners because I was just like clicking around.
Beep, beep, beep. Yep.
I'm gonna feather, I can't feather too large just because I know some of those areas are close to shadows and other parts of the design. So I'll try doing 20 pixels of feathering on both of those masks. Okay. Oops. So now I need to make sure that it comes in at the right part. I can probably get rid of all my keyframes on that particular layer. So I'm going to move that down farther. Although I do need to cover up the ones that come in. If they come in before I want them to come in,
right.
I will have to keyframe those places so that it will cover it with the white and won't come in quite so early.
Shelly, that's a good question. She's wondering what exactly the feathering does. Does it just make the edge a little less harsh?
Yeah, it makes the edge a little less harsh and just feathers it out a little bit so that you don't see any like hard lines in my masking. Okay. Let's see, when should we have the flourishes come in? So now I have a lot of flexibility. I can have that part, the flourishes come in any time of the animation that I want to.
So much control.
I could have it come in at the beginning or at the end now that I've masked out all those portions. And to add a mask, sometimes if I'm not selecting the right layer, it will add a shape to the like top of the timeline here, and that's not the right thing. I need to have my, what's this thingy called?
Playhead?
Playhead, yep.
I think.
I need to have the playhead in a spot that is like in the middle of the layer that I want to mask.
Right.
And I have to have that layer selected. And then I go up to the pen tool and start clicking around and masking. But if I'm not selected on that layer, it will create a shape layer and won't be creating the right kind of mask. So you need to make sure that you're selecting the right thing.
Good tip.
Let's see.
I think it was Kathy that was wondering, how many clients do you usually have at once?
It could be anywhere from 1 to 3 usually, but those might be in different stages. Like I might be in early talks about a project, like negotiating rates or negotiating or figuring out concepts at that point. And I might be working on some post-production for another one, and I might be in actual production for another one. You know, so there could be different stages of the projects. I can't really be in production with multiple clients at a time. I have to kind of stagger the stages there, but it generally all works out. Cool. Or if there's someone that wants me to shoot something a certain day and I am already planning to shoot something, I just say my studio is available for production starting on this day, so I can do it then, and they're usually pretty flexible about that.
That's good. Shelly is eating the popcorn that she used to do her project. Nice. It's just like how we're eating the candy, or
touching
I'm
it and eating it.
Yeah. I feel like has someone been sick? Any of the guests? I think Will was sick.
Will was sick. Did he eat any of the candy?
The candy was over there the whole time.
Hopefully he did.
I know. I'm like, am I about to come down with it?
Hopefully not.
Oh no. Last week we had some sick guests too, and I was like,
Stay away.
I love you, but I can't afford this. But I think my
Let's
immune
see how
system
this
is pretty
looks.
strong.
Let's let this pre-render.
Boop, 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 boop,
Do,
boop,
do,
boop, boop.
do, do, do.
We should just add our own music.
I know. Can you create a soundtrack for my video?
Yeah. Dee, dee,
Sing
dee,
along.
dee, doo. Dee, doo, 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 doo. Meow, meow, meow. Candy.
When I am selecting music for a video, I mean, you guys understand this, I guess, but like for something like play that has like a lot of bright colors, I would choose something that's like happy and like poppy instead of maybe something slow.
Yeah.
Gotta have a match.
True. Tim wants to know, do you work solo or do you have a team that helps you?
My husband and I work together. We run our studio together, and we have hired someone recently to help us with post-production. So that person does most of our post-production. I do a little bit of it here and there still.
That must be nice. A
Yeah,
little bit of help.
for sure.
Got about 5 minutes left to get your contest submissions in. Please make sure that they are uploaded before 4:30, before that hard deadline. Jose is wondering, again, where you like to find music. You said, what was it?
Premium Beat.
Premium Beat.
There are a lot of music libraries, but that's one I go to a lot. I think licensing a song is like $40 or $50.
And that's unlimited use?
I can't remember the usage for it, but
Right.
for the use that I typically need it, it costs $40 or $50.
I see. Yeah, I've had a hard time finding like free songs, like no need to license them. There aren't a ton of resources that I haven't heard already.
There's what is that? It's Free Sounds, but it's like you can't use it for commercial use.
Yeah.
But you can get tons of different types of sound effects. Like, I can't remember
Like
what
candy,
it is. If
sound effects.
my computer wasn't being shown right now, I'd like go search for it.
Yeah. Shelly wants to know, are you wearing an owl necklace? It's an owl?
No, it just like has some little lines.
Some
little
danglies. Free Music Archive is pretty good. Nice Adobe Live team.
Ah, perfect.
I like to search SoundCloud, but you have to search pretty deep to find actually free, no need to license songs. Munir's gonna marry a designer and then work with her on projects. Is that your dream, Munir? It's awesome.
I think maybe play should come off a little more quickly. Ooh, now that I have my mask, I can make the flourishes leave at the same time as the lettering. I just realized.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna do that. So let's see. I'll copy and paste this mask layer one more time and reverse it,
Put your thing back,
which
clip it in,
is Command
reverse it.
Option R for reversing your clip. And let's see, where are we at here? Okay, so there it starts to snake off, and I can have that happen the same time as the letters go off, which will be nicer than I had it before. So
Awesome. I'm glad you masked it. Munir's dream is to work as an UX designer at Adobe. Nice, Munir. Have you ever checked out the job boards? There's tons of at least engineering positions, but also I'm guessing UX design. Kathy is wondering about your usual clients. Are they usually bigger, smaller, more independent? Kind of a mix of both?
Lately it's been a lot of bigger clients, but like I'm not necessarily opposed to working with smaller clients as well. It just depends on the project.
Got a minute left to get those submissions in. Go, go, go if
Go,
you're
go,
uploading.
go. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, right? We've got some beautiful ones to look at once the submission deadline hits. We'll take a peek through. We'll walk through the garden of submissions.
She's looking at some flowers.
I know. I'm not just being real poetic.
Okay, what happened here? Am I moving the wrong one? Now I'm getting my layers confused.
Ruh-roh.
Let's see. Which one did I delete? Oh, I see. Okay. So my mask layer was not on top of my layer of things going away. So that's why I was like, why isn't this changing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
All right, Adobe Live team said it. That's it, folks. Closing shop for the challenge for this week. We'll have a new challenge next week for UX design. So true. So let me get all of the final submissions open. Oh, I think I already had them.
How do you get representation? What I did, and some people do differently, some agents reach out to artists directly. I emailed some different agents. Like if you have artists that you really like, if you go to their websites and go to their contact page, often it will say who they're represented by, or it will say for inquiries email so-and-so at whatever.com. So that whatever.com is probably their agent. So you can go to that website and check it out, and that way, that's a way you can find out who some agents are. Because when I was looking into it a few years ago, I didn't really know like who any agents were, or like what their companies were called. And so I just had to do like a lot of searching. And the first time, nothing really came of it. I emailed like a handful of them, and a couple of them got back to me, but didn't sign me at the time. But one of those who got back to me was my current agent.
Oh, cool.
But they didn't sign me at that time because they had someone on their roster who was doing something similar. So if you are reaching out to an agent who is doing something similar to what you're doing, they're probably not going to sign you because it's like a conflict of interest. So after that point, I started getting more into this tactile stuff rather than just regular hand lettering.
Right.
And so that set me apart a little bit. And later on, maybe 6 months or so later, after I'd been working on this, a lot of personal projects and personal time and doing this kind of stuff on my own, I reached out to a few agents again, including Snyder, New York, who had gotten back to me but not signed me the previous time. And they did sign me that time because I was different enough from their other like lettering people on their roster.
Gotcha. So when they didn't sign you the first time, did they tell you that? Were they like, we already have someone?
You know, I can't remember if they said that specifically, but maybe they said, we like your work, but keep working at it, keep going, and get back to us, or like reach out again in the future.
Gotcha. I was wondering where the step came to reach out to them again, because that's pretty smart, and maybe not everyone would think about doing that. Mercedes is asking about how much you charge. Is that pretty much designated by your representation?
Yeah, they like handle that conversation, but we do like discuss it together just to make sure we're like on the same page, or that I'm like okay with, you know, like
definitely
what they're thinking there. But it all depends on the project. And I didn't really have a good idea of what things should cost until I had an agent who knew like the industry better. And there are still some things that I don't really know how to price for in the industry.
Right.
Like, because I know how to price what I do, but I don't necessarily know how to price what some other lettering people do, like in different usages or, you know, different ways that their lettering will be used.
I see.
So I think it like varies a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think there's a right answer, Mercedes, unfortunately. Comes with the territory.
Yeah.
We have some submissions we can look through real quick since the contest deadline is up. We'll look through these, I'll curate the list, and we'll probably pick a winner in like 10-ish minutes. So we've got Pop, I believe this is by Shelly. This is the popcorn that she was eating.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it looks like the Blow Pop logo. Like the sucker logo.
Like the lettering forms like feel a little familiar to me, but it's definitely interesting. I like that it's like reversed out.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. And then this is pretty cool. So they experimented with the typography and did all of this studying. And then they ended up with like a 3D finished product.
Interesting. So is this Arabic? Or was that Arabic? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, the exact language. But I really like specifically this one because it seems like it takes up 3D
it's
space.
Like it has depth to it for sure. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
The flat one is cool too, but I like the more dimensional one.
Yeah, agreed. It's Hindi.
Hindi. Oh,
gotcha.
Cool. I was like, I don't think it looks like Arabic, but I don't know what else.
Yeah,
it might
what else
be.
It might be. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. This is a resubmission by Sophie. She redid the lettering with Sriracha.
Nice.
Have fun. And shows the sketch down here. Nice. Any thoughts?
It reminds me of I did some lettering on a plate with some barbecue sauce, so it's taken me back to that shoot.
Taking you right back. Is it a good walk down memory lane?
I was pregnant at the time and like working with barbecue sauce for like several hours, and so like the smell was like getting to me.
You probably hate it now.
So it was a little rough, but I got through it. I think it turned out well.
Sophie, that's awesome. All right, we've got Calliope's updated version with the added ticket right here.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for taking that into account. We love that.
It's probably nighttime in Russia.
Yeah.
But if possible, I think it's nice to shoot with, if you're doing a still image, to shoot with natural light, or if you have some sort of studio setup that can sort of mimic that natural light. Because this one you can kind of see the glare of the light source, but I know it's nighttime there. But if it were daytime, you could, you know, put it up against like near a window, turn off the overhead light, and take a picture like that.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
I like that you added the card in the M.
Yes. Nice job, Calliope. Here's salad.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. This looks like it has some nice studio lighting with only one shadow, one direction.
Nice contrast with the white background.
This looks like you picked it from your garden. There's roots and everything. Yum. Or are those like bean sprouts? Maybe that's what that is.
Oh,
I don't know. I heard herbs.
And I think the little flourishes on the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are. What are those?
What are these things?
Someone who did that one.
I think maybe Sarah? Did you do this one? Let us know. Oh no, Sarah, you did this one. So it says grow. Oh, cute.
What's the background of, what's the white part?
So it looks like maybe
paper towel. Oh, so she poked.
Oh, you poked
holes
through and then you placed the little sprouts in the holes.
You did all this today?
Wow, Sarah. I love this. Yeah, paper towel.
She just planted them in there. That's cool.
Wow, so are you going to keep them like this, Sarah? You're going to let them take root?
Because once they get big enough, I guess they'll cover over the paper towel.
Yeah, right. Or you might be able to rip the paper towel out of the way.
Yeah, when they get stronger. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's really
Scallions
cool.
and dried herbs, so it was herbs.
Dried herbs. Nice. Good job, Sarah. And then this is Bloom, which is why I was talking about walking through a garden, by Tommy.
That's fun. I like that.
I love that I don't know, you can really follow your eye along the curves of these.
Yeah, because of the like gradient from the cream to the purple.
Yeah.
It adds a nice effect.
Yeah, and I like this little bell bottom. Looks like a little pair of flare jeans flooping off the end. And then this is the last one, puzzled.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I haven't seen puzzle pieces yet.
Yeah.
Like the composition of the colors next to each other. Nice job. And it looks like we have one more submission, so maybe we can pop off my screen. I'll open it up. And oh, I don't know how we missed this one, Munir. Sorry about that. All right, back in it. Tea made with tea. What kind of tea is it?
Tea made of tea.
Nice job. Any thoughts or feedback on this one?
My thought is that it was kind of like what Ari and Stefan were talking about last time, in that like it's the more obvious word choice because it's tea and you're making it out of tea.
Right.
But it might be interesting if you could like say some word or phrase that maybe has to do with tea but isn't so like on the nose.
Right. Totally agree. You could say like relax or even tea time instead of just tea. Nice job, Munir. Thank you so much for submitting. So I'll curate this list down, offer Becca a top choices list in a few minutes, and someone will be winning a free year of Creative Cloud.
And I'll just keep finessing these letters. They take a lot of finessing.
Oh yeah, George, it could say steep. That would be good.
Oh yeah.
So Chad, any more questions for Becca? We have her for 15 more minutes. It's a short amount of time. Get those questions in. What is your preferred way for people to view your work? Like your website, your Instagram?
I would say my Instagram is more up to date. There are a bunch of projects that I have yet to put on my website. But my website is more comprehensive, so you can see more things all at once. You know, you can see the span of like a couple years of projects, whereas on Instagram you have to like scroll for a while.
Right.
So I guess both have some positives and negatives.
Yeah.
But there's also probably more description on my website. And you can see everything all together. Like you can see the final videos mixed with some behind the scenes photos. You can find that on my Instagram as well, usually, but they're not necessarily always posted together.
I see. So Instagram's more like a diary or a journal of the stuff that you're doing up to date.
Yes. I mean, for the stuff that I can
show.
Post already.
Chris wants to know, when you first started working, how did you get your name and work out there?
Like I was telling Kevin earlier, it had to do with just posting a lot, creating a lot, and posting a lot, and not being worried about everything being perfect. I was trying to post something almost every day and make time for it every day, so I was late to work a lot during those months that I was kind of doing that self-initiated challenge. But it was worth it to me because I was like growing my following during that time and starting to, I guess, get my work more out there and seen. And after I'd been doing that for a few months, I started getting some client work with that same type of stuff that I was posting.
Yeah, makes sense.
Are you able to post client projects after they've been done, or is there a client confidentiality? I never post a project that has not been released already.
Right.
So it may not have been used on their Instagram, but it's been used somewhere and it's like available for me to post. Like I wouldn't post before they do. There was one project I worked on last month that was for Nordstrom, which part of the requirement of the project was to post like 2 Instagram stories and do an Instagram live.
Oh, cool.
And so the Instagram live I did, it was like ribbon lettering, and that was like me working on that project in real time, live, and then posting, you know, some behind the scenes like of the set setup and that kind of thing. So that's like the only thing in recent times that I posted ahead of time, but I didn't post the final project until Nordstrom had already released that.
Right.
Now and then I might post an Instagram story of like if I've been working with, you know, cereal that day or whatever. I might post like a tightly cropped picture or like little boomerang of part of that work, but not enough so that you can see what's going on or see what the client is or anything like that.
Right. A little sneak peek.
A little sneak peek.
It's exciting. Get some excitement going about what it could be.
Are you now exclusively working as a lettering artist? Yes. I, like now and then, I'll get a stop motion project that doesn't include lettering, but generally most of it includes lettering. But I don't really do other types of lettering stuff. Like I don't work on logos at this point. I think it's awesome that there can be so many lettering artists and a lot of them do different types of like client work and can make a living doing that. There are like logo designers or editorial designers or book cover designers or tactile lettering designers, like that. They all do lettering.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I do lettering exclusively.
Nice. Kathy wants to know, did you make your website yourself?
I used Cargo Collective, and it was like I customized it a bit. I have been meaning to update it and will do soon because my thumbnails on my site are like a little smaller than I want them.
I see, yeah.
But yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, chat, what do you guys like to use for your portfolios? I don't know if you knew this, but if you have a CC subscription, you have access to Adobe Portfolio, which is basically like if you post projects to Behance, you can automatically push them out through a really professional looking portfolio site. You can't tell that it's powered by Behance or anything. It just looks like a really nice and sleek portfolio site. That's what I use for mine.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it comes with it.
And you can, do you pay extra to get a custom URL for that?
I'm not sure. I don't have one. So maybe there is a way. Yeah, it is called My Portfolio. Dana. I'm guessing you do.
That's really nice.
Guillermo says Adobe Portfolio is great. I'm glad that you use it.
You got a question, Kathleen.
Oh, did I? How did I get started as an illustrator? Shelly, I went to school and studied illustration, so that's kind of where I have my roots. And really, social media has been kind of my bread and butter since then. Live streaming has been a way that I've grown my following or grown a community.
Like what kind of live streaming do you do? Like Instagram Live or
Yeah, so it started back in 2015 on Twitch, which is like video game platform, but they also have a creative section. And I was doing it for Adobe. So doing office hours for how to use the mobile apps, showing tutorials on how to go from sketch to finished product for illustration. Yeah, I really went from there. My first job out of school was at Adobe. It's looking good.
Daniel, what do you not think you're good enough for one yet? A portfolio? I think everyone should have a portfolio.
Yeah. Definitely.
Regardless of what level you're at, I think it's something that you can, like, if you're ever wanting to get freelance work or get a job doing a certain kind of thing, it's so important to have a portfolio with like your contact information on it.
Yes, that's really important.
And it's also like having one is a motivator to continue making work, to keep it updated.
Yeah, definitely. We have about 7 or 8 more minutes until we have to say goodbye forever until next week.
I better start rendering this then.
Yeah, there you go. And we also have to pick a winner.
Okay, so I have this. I probably could fine tune it like a while longer, but as you saw yesterday, I could just keep fine tuning forever and ever. So I'm just gonna make myself render this now. So I'm gonna go to composition, add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. I could render it through After Effects itself. I prefer to render through Media Encoder.
Yeah.
Because I can create it as an H.264 MP4, and that's what I want it as.
That's the good. That's the good kind. And while that's loading up, maybe we can peek. Oh, okay. We're gonna open up a link real quick. Right quick.
Let's hope this renders in time. Sometimes renders can take hours and hours. Sometimes a few minutes. Depends.
Yeah, Sophie, we updated it. So this is kind of the top options choice. We've got Sophie's updated Have Fun, a little cleaned up. Nice. We've got Sarah's Grow.
Oh, hang on. Let me... Oh, it
Yeah,
hasn't
sure.
come up yet. I was going to start the render. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I have these settings kind of like saved from my previous renders, but I'm going to do it as a high bit rate, and then I'm going to click this to show where I want to save it as at. I'm going to go into my hard drive, Adobe Live 1, save, render as an MP4, and hit start. So now that's going to start rendering.
Awesome, and we'll pick one of these really quick. We only got a couple minutes left. We've got Joy, the stars, all white. I love that one.
I like the white on white. That's a neat effect.
Yeah.
I sort of feel like the capital A looks a little bit like an S.
Ah.
Like a lowercase s with like a thing going through it.
Right.
So the legibility of that is a little hard. The L's could also be a little bit like E's.
Yeah,
so maybe that could be like a little taller. But I really love the effect.
We got Yarn by Meredith. Got Friday by Justina. The Tic Tac stop motion
I love
movie.
that he did a candy stop motion.
Right, I know.
Eat another fruit snack.
There's got to be lots of Tic Tacs in there.
Ooh, that rendered fast.
Nice. And then we've got Laundry Day by Jose.
Oh yeah.
So cool. Nerds by Ryan. Rice and Shine by Soren. And Bolt Lettering by Chris. So any favorites?
Oh,
I know.
it's tough. I love like different things about so many of them. The salad one is appealing to me because I like want to eat it. I feel like that's like a huge part of if you're using food to create food lettering, you have to make it look appealing and appetizing.
Right.
You can't like make some lettering out of meat and make it look like something disgusting because
Yeah.
nobody wants to look at it. You want to make something that looks pleasing to the eye. And that word salad is really pleasing to the eye.
Right.
Although it is, I mean, a lot of people, I guess, did it this way. Like, you make it out of salad and you make the word salad.
Yeah.
You make it out of yarn and you make the word yarn.
Right.
So I guess it's kind of like the first thing that comes to mind.
Like it's Friday. It has nothing to do with the content of what it's created with. So that's nice.
And I think it's important to find like a connection with your material and what you're saying in your copy, mixed with like not being too on the nose, you know? It's like nice to have some sort of layers there conceptually.
Cool. So in the next 10 seconds, let's pick a winner. Because we've got very little time left.
I am gonna go with Laundry Day.
Laundry Day!
Because I love that it's like more large scale and that it has a gradient. And I mean, I feel like the letter forms, like I'd probably do the L a little bit differently. The like bottom of the L is like really long and curls a little bit back on itself.
Right.
A little too much in my opinion, but I love the gradient, love the detailed shots, and it's really creative. So
yes, nice
awesome job, Jose.
Yes, tell your wife thank you for letting you borrow her socks. Jose, you are the proud owner of a free year of Creative Cloud. Adobe Live team will be in contact with you very soon. Maybe we can watch this render real quick.
Watch it.
Yes.
So it rendered out. We got our video. Let's play it.
There's music in the background.
Do, 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 do.
Hard rock version.
So
there we go.
Don't have as much time, but I'd probably fine tune that a little bit more. Maybe leave on and play. I mean, on and nice on a little less time. And maybe I would change how I animate those letters and those words coming off. Because it feels like a little jumpy. But I love how it turned out from start to finish. You guys have seen how it goes, so.
Yes, this is awesome. Thank you so much for going all the way from the start, all the way to the finish. Chat, thank you for being here for all of it. If you missed any of it, feel free to watch the streams on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel and come back next week for XD. This has been our lettering event this week. We'll be live next week, Tuesday through Thursday, 9 to 5 p.m. Make sure you're kind to each other and stay safe out there this weekend. And thank you, Becca, for being with us.
You're welcome. I'm so happy to be here. So, bye, guys.
Bye. Have some candy. Oh, it's so heavy.
I think you ended the same way yesterday.